Hello and welcome to my home. I really appreciate you being here today for another fall decorating video. Yes, we are still decorating for autumn. This is one of those videos that I really look forward to sharing every single season. And it's one of those spaces that when we decorate it for the season or a holiday, it just really makes an impact on the experience that not only we have in our home for that season, but that our families have, and the memories that we make, and the entertaining that we do, and the foods that we cook. Looking forward to sharing these spaces here with you today. I hope you enjoy hanging out with me for a little bit today. Let's get to decorating. When I start decorating the kitchen, I always, almost every time, start with the wreath over the vent hood. I change my wreath out sometimes monthly. I love a good wreath, and this one is one of the most beautiful wreaths I've seen this fall. It's a new piece from Balsam Hill, and it is just so gorgeous. The colors on this wreath are so vibrant and beautiful. And I really like to go with a traditional color palette for autumn here in my kitchen. I already have a very warm kitchen. As you can see, my cabinetry is a dark brown, and I feel like traditional autumn colors really complement this space. So I like to lean into that with those vibrant oranges and browns and just burgundies and golds and just all the colors of the season. Started with the vent hood, and then after that, I usually build out my floating shelves. I know that the internet makes it look so incredibly easy to decorate or style floating shelves, and it is not as easy as it looks. I do have a process, and I kind of wanted to talk you through that process here because oftentimes I just show you the end result. You see me doing the actual decorating after I've kind of planned and prepped for that space, and I kind of want to walk you through my thought process and how I start and how I conceptualize and how I come up with a design that I like and that I enjoy in my space and that I think turns out nicely styled and balanced. So the very first thing I do, and I did not film it this time, but I will try to make an effort to film it next time that I style these kitchen shelves. I pull out all of the pieces that I know that I absolutely want to use, and then pieces that I potentially could use to fill in the gaps here and there. So I'll pull all of those out and set them out on the island here and go through, and I will start with my priority pieces, which are those pieces that I know I absolutely want to display so I can enjoy them for the season. This season, there were two things that I knew I absolutely wanted to have on display on these shelves. One was my more casual fall dishes, my brown Fiestaware. I have been a Fiestaware collector for, I feel like forever, because my mother, my grandmother, and my great-grandmother all collected Fiestaware. I have some of their pieces. I have some of my own. This brown is a collection that I got, I think back in, gosh, I was young, like 2008. It's been a long time. That was very specific, but that's when I got it. And I remember. I found these great baskets at Michael's this year that look like orchard baskets. The second I saw them in the store, I knew I wanted to use them in the kitchen, either with a bunch of apples in them or a bunch of pumpkins. So the bottom two shelves were basically already mapped out for me. I knew I wanted to keep the dishes on those so they were easier to grab and I didn't have to get on the ladder to do it. Kept those there, and then I really just had to focus and think about the top two shelves. The way I go about something like that is I think about shape and I think about scale and how it will balance nicely with the two bottom shelves. Having the round basket and the round plates, I wanted to continue that shape and bring some other round elements to the top shelves. So I used a cake stand. I used this other round wooden basket that I have. Also having the cutting boards on the other side, I knew I wanted to bring something similar up as well. So I just went with a couple of pieces of art that I actually found at Target this season that I thought looked really great up there. That's kind of the process I go through when I'm thinking about the design and how I just built it out anytime I'm doing these shelves, regardless of the season. Last fall, if you recall, I hung a couple of wreaths in these kitchen windows. I really like to hang a wreath in the window for all the cozy seasons, fall, holiday, winter, but I thought I would change it up this year. I was at Michael's and I saw these really cool baskets. I thought these would be perfect in the windows with some fall florals. So I'm actually using these white faux daisies that I also found at Michael's. I've used these in a previous video, so you've probably seen them if you watched that video, but I wanted something a little bit lighter. All of the other fall decor that I'm using in here is very colorful. So I just wanted to bring some balance with these white daisies. So we are going to hang these in the windows. Hopefully it turns out okay. In my mind, it looks good, but let's get these in the windows and see how we like it. To hang the baskets, I'm going to be using this rough edge velvet ribbon. This is a beige color. I've used this in my living room decorate with me also, so you saw a little bit of it then. I love to use a velvet ribbon when I can. I think it just adds a bit of a romantic feel to any decor, but especially for fall, winter, all of those cozy seasons and holidays, I think a nice velvet ribbon is just a really special touch. Last year, we hung the wreaths with this kind of rusty red velvet, which is really pretty. And I still have it. I got it out, but I thought, you know what? Let's change it up. Let's go with something a little bit softer. I may still incorporate this into the decor this year. I'm not sure, but we're going to start with this one today. I'm gonna try to measure this perfectly so they hang evenly, which you could always use painter's tape, but I'm feeling a little lazy today, so I'm not gonna get that out. I'm just gonna eyeball it and then adjust. To keep the ribbon even, since I want it at a particular length, I'm going to just cut this ribbon exactly in half and then use one for each side. Fingers crossed it works. If not, I have another roll of this. It'll be fine, and we can reuse this elsewhere. Let's try it. We'll use one to hang one side and one to hang the other. But what do we think? What do we think? Is that too high? I don't think so, because then you can still see out the window from down here. I don't think it'll be too high. And if it is, then we'll just adjust it. Spoiler alert, they were hung a little bit too high, so. Okay, trial and error, right? It didn't work, so I have 2 extra rolls of this. I think I'm gonna use a full roll to hang it. That way it hangs lower because it just doesn't look right from, you know, eye level. The good thing is I can still use this ribbon. I'm going to be using this ribbon on the back of the dining chairs to hang my wreaths on those, so I can just reuse this. So I really didn't waste it. This again with a full roll, you know, and if it's too much, we can always tie a bow at the top. That'd be kind of pretty. Like if it's too long with the full roll. That way I don't have to cut it. The reason I want to use either half or a full is because I like to reuse my ribbon year after year, and I don't want to just cut it into such tiny pieces that aren't as useful for next season or next time I choose to use this ribbon. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this full piece. I'm thinking it's 3 yards. I don't remember off the top of my head, but I think it's 3 yards. And this way we can hang it. I kind of want it right there. So what I think I'll do is, instead of tying a knot, I'll just tie a bow. Look at the bow, it's pretty. I mean, perfectly imperfect. Once I got the flowers in the basket, the weight of the flowers actually did pull the basket away from the window a bit, so I decided to just use some clear tape to tape the basket to the window. You can't see the tape with the arrangement in it, and that way it will stay where I want it. See, the tape looks ugly right now, but you're not going to be able to see it once I put the flowers in there. When I'm decorating the kitchen, I'm always driven by that sense of nostalgia, no matter what the season is, but especially fall and holiday. There is this sense of these beautiful memories of the season that just kind of well up, and I feel like I always want to reflect that in the kitchen. The kitchen is the place where we go to cook those seasonal meals and enjoy those family recipes that we remember our mother and our grandmothers cooking for us, and then now we cook them. I just feel like this is a space that I really lean into that nostalgia. But you know, I really want to do kind of like an orchard theme or pumpkin patch, just very farming, right? I grew up on a farm. I don't know if I've shared that here before. We always had a very country-esque kitchen growing up, and for fall I just really like to lean into that. In case you're curious, the pumpkin prints that I have in this video were found on Etsy. I found them last year, so I will try to find the link to that Etsy shop and put it in the description below. I do keep a salt and pepper shaker. I got a new one this season. I feel like the ones I got are like the viral ones from Target that everybody has. They're so good. They're a copper color. I love, had to have them. Target got me this year. I am not a minimalist by any means. All my designs lean maximalist, and the kitchen is no exception. I tend to keep quite a bit on this back counter. You'll notice I do keep my island pretty clear, pretty empty most of the time, with the exception of a centerpiece. This is where I prep, whether I'm cooking, baking, making a quick sandwich, whatever it may be. Please by no means think that you have to cover your countertops, but if it brings you as much joy as it brings me, then please do. You know, I'm here, I got you. I got the ideas. Don't judge my nails. Okay, I tried to get them out and I scuffed the wall and I can't get it out. So we're gonna pretend like they're not there, okay? So don't say anything about it. Just like these, if you see these, no you don't. Like seriously, I cannot get these suckers out. This is an issue for a different day. It is not an issue for today. One thing that I absolutely love to use here on my island is this vintage silver service tray. This was part of my great-grandmother's silver service collection, and it's not polished right now, obviously. I just really like how it looks. I think it gives it a little more character for the season. So I don't have it polished, and I kind of like that, especially for fall. We are going to build out a centerpiece that can really be the focal point of this space and that complements the decor that's already in here. We're gonna start with the tray and then we'll build out from here. I didn't buy too many new things for the kitchen for fall this year, but I saw this at Home Goods a few weeks ago and I could not pass it up. I thought it was so beautiful and it was such a great price. Oh, did I already take it off? No, I didn't. It's $34.99, so it was $35. This is so incredibly beautiful. I have seen similar pieces in department stores and small boutiques for hundreds of dollars, so I thought this was a really nice find. It has this really beautiful carved wooden base, which I really love, and then I've got to show this to you up close. I haven't taken the tag off yet, but look at that beautiful detail on the handle. I just think it's gorgeous. It's a mix of iron and wood. So we're definitely using this. So I started with my base, which is my tray here, and then I added something that would be functional. So I can keep fresh muffins or pastries here. I always like to have something fresh and kind of welcoming for guests when they come right into the kitchen. And this is right here. It's the first thing you see when you walk in. So that's a functional piece. And now I'm going to finish it out with decor. If you watched my fall living room decorating video, then you know the theme this year is a fall fairy tale. I shared these really great books that I found at Half Price Books this year that fit perfectly into my decor. And I really wanted to carry not only the theme through, but these fabulous books. Here, I'll show you up close. These fabulous books through to the kitchen as well. If you didn't see that video yet, I suggest you go watch it because the decor in that video really complements the decor that you'll see in this video, especially in the dining room. These books are called book trails. This was a collection that was printed in 1928, and they have lots of short stories in them, fairy tales, lullabies, just a lot of those stories from our childhood that we know and love. This one has this little story called 3 Golden Apples, and I thought this would be the perfect book to display in the kitchen here. So we're gonna display this. Because of that, I thought it would be fun to at least have 1 golden apple. I decided to just go ahead and order some fake ones off of Amazon. We are gonna paint 1 gold and add it to the decor this year. I just think it'd be fun to have the book out with a little golden apple. I have 2 stands that I can try. I've got this gold metal stand, and then I have this wooden one. I really want to use the wooden one because I like the mixture of the 2 different wood tones here. The beautiful burgundy of this book is actually perfect in here too. I need something to put my apples in. I thought this would look kind of cool up here since it's golden and the story is about golden apple. The round shape and the scallop matches this. I think they complement each other well, so we're gonna use this. Okay, moment of truth, time to open my fake apples from Amazon. I don't think I've ever bought fake apples. The last time I've seen fake apples in a kitchen was my mother's kitchen in the 90s. I remember my grandmother had a rooster theme in her kitchen in the 90s, and my mom had an apple theme, and my best friend that lived down the street, her mom had a sunflower theme. I think they're all just so 90s and so fabulous. Let me know in the comments below what the theme was in your kitchen in the 90s, if you had one like that. I wanna know, leave it in the comments below. Okay, these are not, so they're actually really good. These look so incredibly real. Wow. Crazy. Look at these. Look at these. And the bottom has like a little fuzzy. These are the most realistic looking fake apples I've ever seen. Okay, these are gonna be great. And look how many come in this box too. That is a lot of fake fruit. We have enough to like, I think. And leave a space at the top for our golden apple. My apple gold, I'm just going to use this gold metallic paint that I picked up at Hobby Lobby. I also grabbed some Rub and Buff just in case I want to antique it a little bit. We'll see. I don't know if I will, just in case. And this is the sponge I'll be using to apply it. So here is my golden apple. I finished painting it off camera because I didn't think about dry time and how long it was gonna take me, but I think it turned out really good. What do you think? Just a little crafter's paint and a fake plastic apple from Amazon, and you have whimsy. I knew that I wanted to put some type of apple treat or pastry in the cake stand here on the island. For time's sake, no, I did not bake anything. I went to Walmart and I actually found these adorable little apple pies. I think they were like 86 cents a piece. They're so cute. I don't know how they taste. I haven't eaten one yet. I really like these little pies in here. I think they're very, very cute. I'm gonna have to taste one, depending on how they taste. We might just, you know, not tell the guests I bought them at Walmart. We'll see. reheat my coffee. I was talking too much, not drinking it. I decided to do something a little bit different with the frames in the dining room this season. For this project, I decided to go with a green scrapbook paper with this really pretty traditional pattern on it. I thought the green would really complement all of the green that I have in the fall decor this year. These pages are from the same book that I used on the mantle. Typically, I just replace the prints in these frames for the different holidays or seasons, but for fall this year, I decided to do something a little bit different and carry through the fall fairy tale theme that I have going on in the living area this year. I'm just adding a leaf in front of the book page to give it that fall color and that seasonal feel. It would be really neat if you did this same project with real fall leaves. Of course, where I am, we don't really have any of those, so I have opted for faux ones. Real ones would be awesome in this little craft as well. Watched my living room video, then you saw the beautiful, beautiful Balsam Hill Fall Fairy Tale Foliage Collection, which consists of some of the most beautiful garland I've ever seen, but also these amazing wreaths that I've had since last season. I used these wreaths on my front doors last year. I love them so much that I really wanted to bring them in this year and enjoy them inside my home where I could see them and enjoy them more. I put one on my mirror in the front living room, and really to balance it out, I am putting the other one on this back window here. Keeping with the fairy tale theme and the book pages, and I wanted to subtly pull that through to the dining areas as well. So I decided to use some of those pages, not only on the walls in the art, but also on the table. I'm also using another beautiful, beautiful Balsam Hill wreath here on this table. This is their Storybook wreath. I remember the name because the second I saw it, I thought, this is gorgeous. And then I already knew my theme was going to be a fall fairy tale. And I was like, Storybook wreath, done, must have, gotta be part of the design somehow. And then I'm just adding some twinkle lights in just to give it that extra sparkle for fall. And then I'm using one of the Balsam Hill Fairy Tale pumpkins right in the center. This pumpkin comes in a set of 3 absolutely beautiful pumpkins. This is a very easy centerpiece to achieve. I love using a wreath as my foliage because it's just so put together, so thoughtful, but it's done. All you gotta do is just set it down and you're good. I also wanna say a very quick thank you to Balsam Hill for sponsoring this video today, for sending all of these incredibly beautiful pieces so that I'm able to share them here with you. Finding a brand that understands how special the seasons are to us and how important the decor is, and making our homes those beautiful, special places each season. I feel like they're a brand that truly understands how the decor in our homes impacts our experience during the seasons and the holidays. And I think they do such a beautiful job with their pieces. They are forever pieces, things that will last for generations, things that you can pass down as heirlooms if you'd like to your children or your grandchildren, and just pieces that you will truly enjoy and build memories around. I decided to keep the centerpiece on the long dining table a bit more formal. I really wanted this beautiful fairy tale garland to be the star of this table. There has never been a garland that I've owned that I've just pulled out of a package and been able to set down on my surface and it just really shine. It just looks so complete. I love it. I'm blown away. As someone that always builds out their centerpieces or their foliage in some way, shape, or form, this is just my dream. I'm actually going to show you two options because I couldn't quite decide, and so I thought, you know what, I'm going to film them both and then see what I like best. I decided to try some larger pillar candles and candle holders, and then I also decided to try some tapered candle holders and tapered candles and see what I like best. Eventually, I ended up sticking with the tapered candles, which you'll see in just a minute. I just wanted to share both options with you because I feel like when building out a centerpiece, a tablescape specifically, you can use things that you have to bring that to life. I kind of wanted to show a couple of options. I also decided to add a few pumpkins here. I have these ceramic pumpkins that I absolutely love, but I cannot for the life of me remember where they're from. I've had them forever. I think they've moved with me about 5 times. I don't know. I have Buddy down here. Bean, you wanna come say hi? Okay, let me pick you up. Let me pick you up. Oh, Bean. He says, hey guys, we've been decorating. He's a very good helper. Right. Can you look right there? Say hi, everybody. Can you say hi? The dogs are not really in this video today, so Bean wanted to just tell you all hello and say that we hope you're having a really good fall season so far, right? We're gonna visit the pumpkin patch soon, which is really cool. Looking forward to going to the pumpkin patch. Thank you. Thank you so much for hanging out with us today in this video. We hope that you enjoyed it. I will see you again very soon, and so will Bean in the next one. Until we do, take care and happy decorating. I'm gonna go bark at the deer and the neighbor's cat. Yeah, let's do it. Let's go bark at them. Come on.